Now 8 minutes before the hour. The group Van Halen was always the bad boys of rock, but they have now moved up a notch. As Chantal reports, they've decided to move on to become the monsters of rock.
The song is best of both worlds, and that's exactly what the members of Van Halen seem to have. With the #1 album, 5150, under their belts, and they hope another on the way, America's premier rock and rollers have been brought together by a no-holds-barred musical style, close, personal friendships, and, oddly enough, a Ferrari mechanic named
Claudio.
Yeah, both Sammy and I buy, you know, Ferraris and Lamborghinis from this guy named Claudio Zampoli. And when our band broke up, so to speak, you know, we were looking for a singer. And I took my car into his shop, and he goes, "Hey, Edward, I just spoke to Sammy today. Why don't you call Sammy?" And I went, "Hey." I called him right there from his shop. Yeah. And the next Monday, he flew down, and we got together, jammed, and that was it.
Did you know right then when you jammed?
Oh, yes,
yeah.
Instantly.
I mean, it wasn't even a question.
It was like it was just meant to be. It was incredible. I've never, you know, experienced anything like that with anybody that I've played with.
I love that.
I tell you, it really was magic, and still is. It's amazing.
Now that this particular group has been stable for some time, what do you find most personally satisfying about being a part of Van Halen?
Musically, each one of us can basically do what other people do on their solo projects, because they feel that there's no room for it in the band, or they want to be the top banana, so to speak. But we can basically do and fulfill our own little egocentrical whims, if you will, in the band. And keep it within a certain framework.
Each one of our records is 4 solo albums put together.
There are no egos. Nobody has a bigger ego than somebody else. It overpowers the whole thing.
The musicianship and the creativity is so great in this band that you can do almost anything, and it sounds like Van Halen. So it's such an individual band that it's a great feeling.
We never were a good copy band.
Yeah. We pick up 2 acoustic guitars and start playing, and the mic kick in, and all of a sudden it still sounds like Van Halen. You go, well, let's try piano. Maybe it'll sound different that way.
Sounds like Van Halen.
That Van Halen sound will be coming to a stadium near you as they embark on their just-announced Monsters of Rock tour. Nothing like a giant-sized MC for a giant-sized tour, if you see what I mean. In an 8-hour rock festival, Van Halen will perform songs from their new album, as well as play host to some heavy, heavy metal headliners. About 10 years ago, maybe even 8, a rock and roll band like yourselves wouldn't have been caught dead with a heavy metal band. Now you're all going out together. Has that changed?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
And well, you're right.
No,
What a stupid question.
I think this tour is really compatible. I really do. It's almost like no one likes an album like a Van Halen record. It's never one strict kind of music. You know, we'll have a song like on 5150. We'll have a song like Good Enough and Get Up, which are, you know, Get Up's pretty metal-oriented. And then you turn around and do Why Can't This Be Love or Dreams.
Love Walks In.
And that's kind of like this tour. There's a little bit of all the different kinds of stuff mixed together. It's almost like a big Van Halen album. But it's really different. I don't think any of these bands are really that pigeonholed.
The timing is right. The bands are available that want to be involved in this, and it just sits so right. Just once in a while something comes along and you just can't turn down. So this is it.
We just want the people to
Whatever
show
happens afterwards, that's
we want the people to
the
show up,
future.
bring the peanut butter, and we'll bring the jam.
Van Halen, Fred Halen, Steve Halen. That's thanks to all of them. 57 after. We'll be right back.